Let's add some grass. So I'll go to, let's go to grade. And we'll make the grass like all of these. We're going to make the grass as a floor. So we're going to go to architecture. Floor. We're going to create a new one. So we'll go to edit type. We're going to duplicate it and we'll call it grass. Click OK. Let's go ahead and edit this now. We want it to be really thin, so I'm going to go 0.25 inches, just a quarter inch. Let's open up the material palette and let's create some grass. So I'm going to go to create a new material, rename it grass. Let's open up our library and go to the appearance palette and go to, I think it is site work, and we should be able to find grass. And I picked this kind of like this most textured stuff because I think it's the most visually interesting. So I've imported that. I'm going to apply that. OK. And OK. And OK. And so now we're ready to place that grass, and we're going to offset it 0.25 inches. So it actually isn't going to interfere with the floor at all. And we'll draw it as a rectangle. And we're just going to to start with, we'll put a nice long run of grass along here. I'll make that 6 feet wide. I'm actually going to pull this in. I want to make sure this goes underneath the wall of the building once we build it. Let's see what that does. We don't get our warning about that, so we'll go to the 3D view. And there we have a patch of grass. It seems a little bit overscaled, but that's fine. For this, let's go back now and create a couple of more patches. So I'll do that by going to the grade. And we'll just duplicate this. And then I'll just go in and edit it. Actually, it looks a little better if it stands out a little further. I want to make sure I come over to here. Come to that inside piece of wall. Let's zoom in here so we can see this better. I don't see it highlighting that inside edge of the wall, but that's fine. We'll just come in a little more than we need to. And let's hang this out a little more in front too. So I'll click that done. And I'm going to go ahead and edit this. I'm going to pull this one out so that it's kind of in line with that one. And then let's just copy this down. So I'm going to complete this one. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to make some copies. I could use the repeat command, but I'm not very good at it. 22. 22. 22. So now we've got our planting beds ready to go. Let's take a look at this from the 3D view. Things are starting to get nice and rich looking. We need a place to put trees in, like a mulched area, which would be just like the grass. So let's go ahead and do that next. Let's also change our lighting now. It's kind of bothering me. It's kind of in shadow. So I'm going to go to graphic display options, and I'll go to lighting, and I want to make it in session lighting, but I want to make it come from the top left. Let's apply that. There we go. And now that brightens everything up. We still have our stained stone, which is just kind of baffling me. And that didn't stick for some reason. Let's try that again. Okay, so like I said, we'll do the mulch thing next. So I'm going to grab the floor tool. The grass will show up. I'm going to go to edit type. I'm going to duplicate it. Call it mulch. Mulch, MLU, hopefully it's right. And let's go ahead now and go to edit the structure. And instead of grass, we're going to look for, I'm going to create a new material, rename it, And then we're going to look for material, site work, MULCH. All right. And we'll grab the brown, click on the little arrows to import it. Okay. 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 And then let's go to the grade and put a couple of those in place. So I'm going to go to architecture. It seems to think I'm doing something here. Let's figure out what I'm still in the middle of. I'm not sure what I was drawing there. Floor, architectural. This time we're going to do the mulch. Well, that's what happened. I was editing inside of something else, I think, because I totally lost. Oh, maybe it'll come back here. Hold on a minute. Floor. I'll pause this. I'm going to recover what I did wrong. I'm going to just duplicate and make something filled with mulch. Okay, we're back. So I now have created the floor again with mulch, and I'm ready to draw a place to put a tree in. So I'm going to grab something. I'll probably make this maybe like 6 feet by 6 feet wide. And I'll just grab this and drag it. Maybe we'll put one, I don't know, in front of each patio. Let's take a look at this in the 3D view. I'll unclick that. Maybe it could be closer to the curb. So let's go back and I'll move that closer to the curb. And then I'll copy it over a few times. Okay, so now we're ready to set our entourage, or our plantings out of our entourage family elements. The only thing we need to do is add this little bit of side to our building here. We won't detail that, but let's go to grade. And let me just build another piece of wall. So we're going to go to architecture wall. We're going to grab our stacked wall. Stack wall, custom stacked. It's going to go from grade, and we want it to go up to level 4 plus 4 feet. I'm not exactly sure of that's location, so we're going to have to check that out in a minute. All right, once again, facing the wrong way. We have that going from grade. Maybe we need that to go from first floor, and that will bring up a little bit of a problem. That lines up our water table, but we're up off of the ground for grade. I'll have to figure out what I've done wrong there and get back on that. Let's see if we go to level 1. We can tie this into the wall properly. I'm going to grab this and move it over until it touches here. And now we need a cap on that. So we're going to go to architecture, wall sweep. No, we're not doing it that way. I'm sorry. We're going to architecture, component, model in place. We're going to add that top cap again, just like the other side. I'm going to click OK. It's going to be a sweep. we're going to sketch a path. Well, actually, we can just pick a path. Pick a shape. That was, we call that what, the capstone? Top capstone. Let's complete that off. There's our top capstone. We have to give it its texture back again. That was granite. Sorry. Not meeting up quite here, so we can go ahead and edit that. So we're going to edit the sweep. We're going to grab this line. Hopefully I can pull that out. If I select pick the path, I can pull this out till it touches the front. And it almost was perfect. Let's try that again. And there we go. All right. So the last thing to do now is to, well, let's finish model. Let's start looking at importing some growies. So we're going to go to Insert. This is going to be something that you can really handle on your own. I'm just going to direct you to the start of this. We'll go to Library. We'll go to all the results. Entourage. Oops, I'm sorry, it's not in Entourage. It is just, let's see what they call it. Plantings. Let's go ahead and grab some deciduous tree, and this will come with a whole host of other choices we can make. We've already got it in probably from some other work. And let's go ahead now and place the component. Let's see what a beech tree looks like. I'll just place it there to start with. That's not too bad, except that it is a bit distracting because it is kind of short. Let me select this again and change this to a honey locust. A little heavy still. We're blocking out a lot of our architectural view. I don't know if we want to pick ones in the fall. Actually, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm going to actually do this on my own. I'm going to experiment with things, and then I'm going to come back to you. It's your chance to experiment with the kind of plantings you want to do, or any other kind of adjustments you want to do to this project as we start to wrap it up.